So a quick update on my deadlift progress. I did hit another PR, just another 10 pounds. So I think when I started the series to the 405, I just hit 315. And the next time I did a heavy deadlift session, which was last week, I tried 325. Again, my normal sticking point is that when I'm going heavier than I can do, I got stuck at the knees, gave it a few minutes, tried again, got a little bit less, so it wasn't happening. But last week I was doing what was like 85% of my max, I think technically 87. I was doing 275. It was going really good. I was planning on just capping out there and stopping at 275. I did 3 quick 1 rep sets, where I just lift it, set it down, stand up just so I can go through all my cues again, because I'm really focusing on form and technique. So getting everything lined up, grabbing the bar right, taking the tension out, putting the chest out, arms, shoulders back so I can engage the traps, and brace and then lift, and trying to focus on lifting fast when I can so I can kind of move past the knee. Then I did a set of a quick 3, at least as quick as I thought I could, and then took another 1 or 2 minutes, and then needed the straps and did a set of 5. 3 moved pretty quick, 4th was a little bit harder, 5th one was pretty hard. But all of them moved. None of them stuck. None of them, were like the 5th set didn't feel like it was going to get stuck at the knees. It moved. And then I had a decision. I was going to call it there. That's kind of what the plan was. But then I went ahead and I was 50-50 on doing 325, which would have been a 10-pound PR. If I got 90 pounds to go, I'll aim for hitting, an extra 10 pounds when I can. And I did it. It worked. I had straps, and my focus for that particular lift was the point where I normally get stuck at the knees. I don't need to start slow, and for some reason I think I do, probably just because I'm overthinking about the weight. But if I treat it like any other weight, and off the ground I'm pretty explosive, at least I feel I am, and then my lockout's okay. It's just that transition from the lower body to the upper body that I struggle at. So my thought was, if I lift it as fast as I can, obviously don't try to exert or do something wrong, but no reason to pace myself on the way up. That momentum will help me carry past the knee, and as soon as I'm past the knee, then I can lock it out. And that's exactly what happened. Did the 325, went up, felt really good. Didn't have to I almost hitched it on the 315 when I hit that a couple weeks ago, but this was close. It was definitely a max. I don't know if I could have gotten 335. It was, I'll call that 325 a good max. So 2 things. My anticipation for how quickly I can make gains, I think, needs to be a little bit more muted, because I'm thinking along in my history in the past, which has only been a short time deadlifting, and a lot of the gains were from form and technique, not as much strength, I think. And I have been working a lot on the core to try to help work on some of that transition from the lower body to upper body, where I get my sticking point. But I think that 90 pounds is going to be a lot harder than I'm anticipating, at least if I don't push myself past an injury or causing issues. So I'm definitely not going to try. I don't anticipate 405 in November. I honestly don't know if I'm going to get 405 by the end of the year, and I'm okay with that, because again, I'm not a power lifter. I'm not going into any kind of competition. I'm in the gym to feel better, so I'm not worried about taking longer to get there. I still want to hit 405. I think that's still a goal. But then the second thing that's a little concerning, I got to get something looked at. So with the 315, the 325 when I failed it, and then that 3rd session, which was just Wednesday when I hit it, those 3 lifts, 315 and both of the 325s, I felt something on my lower back, more to the right side. It still means it's lower back, but I'm just feeling it on the right side. And I think it's right around where L4, maybe L3 is. But it's not painful. It's not catching where I think I can't pull through it, but I've just never felt a specific spot in my back during a deadlift. And I'm very cautious and concerned about injuries. So although I don't think it's a problem, I don't know that it won't turn into a problem. So I'll probably be a little bit extra cautious and back off a little bit until I can get that looked at. And like I mentioned, I think on my first video, this is only video number 2, that I may actually try to, see about getting at least temporary, even if it's just online. I'd rather probably be in person, but a coach, that's somebody that knows deadlifting, not just is a good deadlifter, but knows deadlifting, other people's body styles, how to set up for their femur length. I mean, everything. Just for extra safety and honestly for better gains too. So I may look into that a little bit more sooner than I planned, but I definitely want to get it looked at just because I don't necessarily want to lift through that, because none of the other weights, even when I failed at 315 before I hit it, and then when I failed at 275 a few times before I passed through that barrier, I never felt any specific spot on my back, because I've been pretty cautious on trying to make sure I'm lifting right. So that's something I'm going to look into. I don't know. It's Friday, so it's 2 days after leg day. This is normally when I'm the sorest, the next day night, and then pretty much all day the second day. And I'm feeling okay. Like I'm somewhat sore because I did a full leg routine, a full leg gauntlet, and a little bit of core after I did that heavy deadlift session when I didn't plan to go heavy, and things are feeling pretty good. Actually lighter than some other leg days, so everything's good. Nothing's on the back. One lingering thing, which if I'm honest, didn't just start this week. My right foot, if I sleep a certain position, starts to go a little bit numb. So I got to double check if that's related to the same area I'm feeling the pain on the right side of my lower back. Then it's definitely connected, and I really need to back off. But again, it's just a small thing. So anyway, yeah, my goal is not to get hurt. That's like the ultimate goal, because I'm there to try to feel good. So we'll get a look at it. I'm not going to stop deadlifting, but I think I'll probably, at least for a week or two, or at least until I get focused and get an appointment to get it looked at, I'll probably stick to 275 and just start doing a lot of work, or maybe 285, just right around there, but definitely nothing over 315. So it's a good update. It felt really good to hit the 325 on a day that I didn't think I was going to. And I was just there by myself that particular day. My gym buddy wasn't able to go, but I recorded it. I posted a whole bunch of my Instagram, different angles so I could watch my form. And I'd say the only thing, if you've seen the 325 lift, the only thing that I feel was wrong was I set the bar up a little bit too close to my shins. And I know that because when I got into my right position, my shins bumped the bar and it went forward like 2 or 3 inches. But it came right back to the right spot where I actually needed it, which was about halfway between that point, before I actually lifted. So the few times when I've been out of position, like back when I was stupid and was trying to roll it because that's what I saw everybody else doing, if I was lifting too far forward or too far back, I would feel it when I started lifting, and I would just stop and kind of reset. So I've stopped all that BS, and I just set up and try not to move the bar before I lift. But that's really the only thing. And then the secondary thing, I can't lift in tennis shoes. Sneakers are just awful when I'm hitting the heavy amounts, the heavy weight. If I'm like 135 or 225, whatever, I can keep my shoes on. But when I try to go for the 315 and then the 325s, it's just night and day difference with and without shoes. The problem I ran into is now on the 325, for the first time ever, maybe it was just the particular rack I was at, maybe it's too slick, but my feet moved while I was lifting, and that's pretty scary. So it wasn't scary at the moment because it only moved a little bit, but the fact that it's moving at all under a heavy load is a problem. So I think two things I'm going to do easily first to just try out is I can try barefoot, but I think I'll skip that. I have like these knockoff Walmart George brand Chucks, I think are what they're called. They're awful shoes. They look cool, but they're awful. They have like no sole. I mean, it's just like a flat, super thin sole. I only will wear them if I'm like say I'm going to an event somewhere where I don't need to walk on rocks. Like it's all going to be paved. Like I actually think about that. It's awful to walk on rocks with those because I feel every single rock. That might be actually a perfect lifting shoe. So I might try that next deadlift day. But then I could always try barefoot because then that'll help. I mean, even when I'm all sweaty and stuff, I normally deadlift first, but even when I'm sweaty, the bottoms of my feet are not an issue, so I shouldn't glide around. So anyway, yeah, if you haven't checked out the video, do that. Maybe I gave too much focus and emphasis on how much my feet moved, but it's definitely something that I definitely don't want to happen again. So that's the update. The road to 405 might be a little bit longer than I anticipated, which is completely fine, but I do want to hit 405. A lot less than I don't want to get injured, but I do want to hit 405. All right, well, hopefully I'll have a better update for you guys on the next one.